Welcome to Studio D on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. This is Sooner Sports Pad. Now, here's your host, Allison Gappa.
Welcome to Sooner Sports Pad. I'm Allison Gappa alongside Kate Sandoval and Lauren Nevitt, and our very energetic and athletic audience. Who's in there, Lauren?
Well, the rugby team has come back to join us. They just beat Texas Tech to finish off their undefeated conference run. And next weekend, they take on number 2 UCLA in the very prestigious Varsity Cup.
Nice.
We also have men's hockey with us. They just finished their season top 5 in the nation.
And we've got Eric Stryker from the football team in studio. We'll talk with him later on.
And we also have a feature on Morgan Hook and her leadership on the court.
Also later, me and Kate are going head-to-head in face-off when we talk about who the best player on the football team is.
And OU men's and women's basketball, they're both out of the NCAA tournament, but a team with hopes of taking it all home is OU men's gymnastics. They're ranked number 1 right now, Lauren, and they're also coming off a big win this weekend.
That's right. Well, it didn't come easily. The Sooners got off to a slow start, falling twice on bars, very uncharacteristic of them, but they shook it off and it was on to the next event. Oklahoma, the nation's top-ranked team on floor, took advantage of their top event with a huge score, taking the lead, and then there was no turning back from there. But the event that sealed the victory for OU was the Steel Rings as the Sooners wrapped up their best score of the season. What a way to go out. Defending conference and national champ Michael Squires got his career best score on it.
It wasn't just Michael Squires. There were 2 other gymnasts that took home individual titles.
Yes, definitely. Squires was really impressive on rings, but was it Vince Vaughn old school impressive? Jury's still out. There were also 2 other OU players who won titles. Raymond White commanded the floor, winning with a score of 15.5. He's a senior. I cannot imagine a better way to wrap up his time here at OU. Another Sooner who grabbed an individual title, Kanji Oyama, he scored 15.2 on vaults, which is a new career high.
Very nice.
Well, swinging right into other OU sports, baseball coming off their series with Kansas on Sunday. Lauren, how did it go?
Well, despite a slow start on Friday, number 28 Sooners beat the Jayhawks 2-1 as freshman Sheldon Noisy went 2 for 4 and had the game-winning RBI. On Saturday, OU picked up a second straight 2-1 win over Kansas, taking the weekend series, but they just have problems on Sundays. The Sooners came back in the top of the 9th to tie the game 3-3, but were walked off by the Jayhawks. They took the game 4-3.
Oh, man. Well, softball cleaned house in its conference opener against Iowa State, sweeping the Cyclones in a 3-game series. Well, you know what they say, Lauren, teamwork makes the team work, but it was really all about the Self this weekend. Katie Self, the sophomore, dominated Friday and Saturday's game. She had 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. Come Sunday, the Sooners are up 2, and they just cracked open the game in the 4th inning, scoring 10 runs. Sooners shut down the Cyclones 11-zip.
Well, Sunday, it was senior Guillermo Alcorta that sealed the win over number 55, TCU Tennis. He lost his first set but came back to win his next 2, securing the first conference victory of the season for the number 3 Sooners. Dane Webb claimed his 15th win in straight sets, and Axel Alvarez fought through a long second tiebreaker to take home the number 1 spot singles victory.
Okay, the women's tennis team definitely isn't in Kansas anymore, but they were this weekend, and they took home not 1, but 2 Big 12 rivals. On Friday, Oklahoma dominated the Wildcats in Manhattan 6-1. OU had no trouble with doubles. All 3 Sooner duos captured wins for the first time this season in conference play. Then the Sooners took their momentum to Lawrence, where they rock chalk shocked the Jayhawks, grabbing every single point. They shut out Kansas 7-zip.
Very nice. Well, OU track and field athletes competed in the 87th annual Clyde Little Texas Relays in Austin against some of the top athletes from all over the world. Sooners didn't do as well as they hoped in the 3-day meet, but still came away with some top finishes. In the field events, OU was very successful throughout the weekend as 4 athletes finished in the top 5 of their respective events.
Right.
Not bad.
I love
And
it.
the distance medley relay finished in 4th Friday night.
Very nice.
Well, OU football spring game is already next Saturday, and we are continuing to break down positions. Lauren, running backs that had a lot of success last season that will be coming back: Alex Ross, Keith Ford. We also have some incoming freshmen like Joe Mixon that are looking to shake things up. Who's going to emerge as a top option for the Sooners?
Well, Sooners lose their top 3 running backs when they lose Roy Finch, Damian Williams, Brendan Clay, but they are returning some starters. As you know, Keith Ford is coming. He's the favorite to win the starting job. Alex Ross did get some playing time on special teams, so a little more experience there. Obviously, there are some big expectations for new signee Joe Mixon from California. He's very fast, has good hands, very athletic, so he should see playing time very early on. And a lot of people think that he would do great alongside new signee Samaje Perine. So those two could work very well together. And then you can't forget about Aaron Ripkowski, fullback, who obviously can step up in critical situations.
And junior linebacker Eric Stryker working at nickelback this season. Kate, what happens at linebacker position?
First of all, how awesome is it going to be to have Stryker in striking position? I mean, come on, okay? So with Stryker on the outside, we need to look to Frank Shannon on the inside. He started in all 13 games last season, had 7 tackles in the Sugar Bowl against Bama, a career-high 16 tackles against Texas. Expect him to come out strong. Also, Dominique Alexander. This guy was named Big 12 Defensive Newcomer of the Year and Big 12 Defensive Freshman of the Year. He stepped up big when Corey Nelson went down. It's a young team. Look for good things.
Well, coming up next in Face Off, we are not done talking football. We'll debate that plus more, and we've got some trivia for you. Oklahoma returns 3 players who caught a touchdown pass in 2013. Can you name them? We'll tell you after the break. Players are who caught a touchdown pass in 2013. Here's your answers. Wide receiver Sterling Shepard, fullback Aaron Ripkowski, and kicker Michael Honeycutt. It is now time for Face Off. I'm joined by OU football star Eric Stryker. Thanks so much for being with us.
Hello.
He's got our first Face Off question.
Okay, with the spring game coming up, who do you think the best OU football player is right now?
Lauren, you're up first.
It sounds cliche, but I have to go with Trevor Knight. He's got the arm, he's got the feet, he's got the mentality. I'm getting boost. He's got the mentality. Let me just say, great players rise to the moment, and there wasn't a greater moment than when the Sooners took on Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. He truly showed he could take control of the game. He showed his leadership qualities. He showed his confidence, and that all makes up being a great player.
Yeah, Lauren, I can see why you're going to go with a quarterback. They lead the team, but I'm going to go with someone who destroys quarterbacks. Eric Stryker, quarterback, Hunter! Okay, this guy is a freak. He started in all 13 games last season. He had a career-high 3 sacks, 7 tackles, and, of course, who can forget that fumble against Alabama?
Who can forget it?
Okay, so they're moving Stryker to nickelback, and even though... Okay, so he's going to nickelback, and even though that's the worst band ever, it might be the best spot ever for Stryker. So we're excited to have you there.
Some jokes. I like it.
Okay, which team will benefit more from next season's Newcomers, men's or women's basketball?
Women's basketball. With Aaron Allenberg and Morgan Hook gone, women's basketball is losing their top scoring and their leadership, so they have some huge roles to fill. Luckily, they have some newcomers coming in. Guard Gabby Ortiz from Wisconsin is averaging 20 points a game, 6 rebounds, so she's providing a lot of talent.
Love it.
And then with Nicole Griffin gone, you're going to need a new center, but they have that with Vivi Pierre-Louis, who's 6'4". They got some height on that girl, and she's averaging 22 points.
Holy cow. Okay, so I think it's men's basketball because Coach Kruger took one look at this year's squad and then just supersized it for next year. OU's team is doing so amazing on offense. They're already averaging over 82 points a game. They can hit
Crazy
the
good
three.
offense.
They can get rebounds. But what they were missing was size. And Coach Kruger is bringing in 3 big guys. We've got someone who's 6'7", and 2 other guys who are 6'9". So they're going to bring in that big-time play that we need.
It's Final Four time in basketball, and next year in college football will be the first ever playoff system. What is your way too early college football Final Four?
I'm going to get some booze on this one, but I'm going with FSU, Oregon, Alabama, and Ohio State. FSU is returning their Heisman quarterback, and they aren't losing really any players. Oregon, it really doesn't have any competition besides UCLA and Stanford. Alabama is obviously the gimme. And then Ohio State, they've only lost one game in the past 2 years, so they're probably going to make it to the Final Four.
It's pretty impressive. Well, I pretty much agree with you, except I have Alabama, a little team called OU, Oregon, and then also FSU. So, Lauren, you know why Alabama is going to be there, right?
Tell me.
Because they've got more 5 stars than the Ritz-Carlton. So, also, we was that good? Okay.
I think you're getting boost.
Okay, we're also going to see OU there, and then, of course, we're going to see Oregon, and then the Seminoles, they're returning national championships, and they've got Jameis Winston. I mean, and
Heisman winner.
Yeah, if he's strong, they strong. And he's strong.
I think you just won your first face-off.
All right. Okay, it's time to pick our winner. I'm gonna go to you first. Do you think it was Lauren or Kate?
Kate, because she picked Oklahoma and she picked Eric Stryker, so that's obvious.
I like how you gave a reason, too. Usually people just like to pick no reason.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, audience, it's your turn. Cheer your loudest for whoever you think won. Was it Kate?
Really?
I think they thought I was good.
Was it Lauren? Was it Lauren?
Oh my God! This is loud.
All right, Kate. Kate has won her very first face-off. Congratulations. It is now time for our Jiff of the week. Guys, you got to check this out. This is pretty good. The guy sitting next to me, he's the star in this one.
Oh!
Yeah. I think the reaction says it all. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we'll talk more with this guy. He's awesome. And we're going to feature the Morgan Hook from the women's basketball team. Stay with us.
Special thanks to our cornerstone television partners, Chesapeake Energy, WinStar World Resorts, Anheuser-Busch, OU Outreach, OU Alumni Association, OU Medicine, and the OU President's Associates.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Women's basketball senior Morgan Hook has spent the past 4 years developing her game here in Norman, but as Taylor Newcomb reports, she also grew as a leader.
The women's basketball team has had a rough year, with several big injuries and a really tough Big 12 conference. But even in the hardest times, the team always knew it could look to Morgan Hook to restore calm and get the job done.
She calms us. I feel like whenever we're sped up, she'll get the ball and she'll just calm everyone down and just leads us, plain and simple.
Sherry Cole knew that Hook was going to be a vital part of her team from an early age. She offered Morgan a spot before she'd even played a varsity game at Rogers High School. And Hook proved quickly after arriving at OU that she had what it took to lead the team.
My sophomore year is when it started getting pretty heavy, and Coach would call me in her office and say, I want you to be a leader on this team. And I mean, you think leadership is, okay, that's easy. Like, I just got to do the right thing on the court or do the right thing off the court. And leadership is, it's so much more than just, you know, the little things. And still to this day, I struggle with it.
But you would never see the struggle from the outside looking in. She's an obvious leader on the court, but that's not where it ends.
She's just a great friend to have. She's just so caring whenever you need to talk, and all you got to do is send her a text, and she's always there. And it's just always good to have somebody that's in your shoes.
Her family is like my family. I go home with her quite often whenever I can, because I don't get a chance to go home. I live so far. So, I mean, we become pretty close in that sense.
Now, as a senior, Morgan looks back on her journey as a huge blessing, particularly her relationship with the girls on the team.
It's different from high school because you grew up with those people usually. And most schools, you know, they can say they're sisters on the court and stuff, but we're really like family and sisters off the court.
Morgan visited several other schools before committing to OU, but she said that none of them had the family environment that she felt here. A big part of that is that the girls genuinely do get along off the court, which is a dynamic that most fans don't get to experience.
I would just say that I'm probably more shy than most people think.
But her teammate Shireen disagrees.
She's just so funny. I don't think everyone knows that she's funny. I feel like, you know, people think that she's probably quiet and, you know, conservative.
She has a really big heart, and she wants the best for everybody at all times, regardless of the situation, and she's going to do her best to try to put you in whatever position you need to be in to be successful.
The last 4 years for Morgan have been more than just playing a sport, which is something that Coach Cole values in her players.
Coach pushes you to not just, to be the best player you can be. It wasn't just, about basketball, because basketball isn't forever.
But Morgan's plans after college do involve basketball. No, not the WNBA. She wants to stick around Norman and be a trainer for her team. She also said that even though she's graduating, one thing that she will take with her is Coach Cole's life advice.
She has a motto that's leave your story better than you found it. I never really thought about it until I had become a senior. And
now, with the season over, Hook still has a lot to look forward to. Taylor Newcomb, Sooner Sports Pad.
Thanks, Taylor. Another student athlete making a huge impact for their team is OU football's Eric Stryker. He's standing by now with Kate and Lauren.
Eric, thanks for being here.
No problem.
So you've been practicing this spring at nickelback. Coach Stoops says that you'll be able to get more sacks on the quarterback this way. What are your feelings about this?
I like to sack quarterbacks, so I actually appreciate the move because I get my best joy that way. I like to tackle too and get interceptions, but that's my forte right there, sacking. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, big strike. What are some expectations for next season?
Well, we want to be, as a defense, we want to be better than we were last year. Minimize the mistakes, have more chemistry. We got a lot of people coming back, so we should know how to play well with each other.
Focusing on last season, all that momentum from that Sugar Bowl win, is it still carrying over to this season?
Yeah, I would say so. I think we all were eager to get into spring ball and practice just because of what we did in the Sugar Bowl. So that really helped us. But, that is in the past. We have to let it go. But it did give us a little leverage.
So you're obviously an amazing athlete, but what would you do if you weren't an athlete?
I probably would act. I watch Denzel all the time.
Can you give us your best Denzel impersonation?
Oh, because it's...
You set yourself up for it. Come on, let's see what you got. You got this.
Training day, but it's the monologue is... Jake! Okay, that's all I got. All right.
We all know that you love sacking. What has been your favorite one in your career?
My favorite sack is obviously the A.J. McCarron sack at the end. That was to end the game, to put them away, so that was a great feeling. So that'll probably always be with me for the rest of my life.
So you're a big tough guy, but what people probably don't realize is you're an animal lover.
Yeah.
You're a cat lover, correct?
I love cats.
So you actually saved a cat, didn't you?
Yeah, I saved a cat one time. I actually got a cat. Shouts out to Nala, back home in Florida. She don't like me no more, but it's cool. I had to be like in middle school, and I saw these two cats. I was thinking it was a male cat dragging this female cat into the gutter.
Oh no! Who knows what's gonna happen in the gutter?
Right. So I run over, and a female cat is like screaming for like help. She's like, I can't even do it.
Oh my gosh!
So I pick up the male cat and I throw him. Ooh.
Oh wow! You saved the female cat.
Right.
Yay!
I saved the cat.
He's a hero.
I love it. And we have an audience question for you after that.
Great athlete, great person. Okay, this is Corey. He's from the hockey team, and he has your question, Eric.
If you got one free shot at any college quarterback, who would it be?
Any college quarterback. Probably famous Jameis Winston.
All right, I like that. I like that
I want
answer.
him.
Okay,
I want
well,
his
don't
head.
go anywhere because coming up next in this week's Sooner Sports Pad Challenge, we're playing basket toss. And Eric Stryker isn't going anywhere, so you shouldn't either. Stay with us.
Okay.
Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. He wants to come in and do the upcoming broadcast, right? Coming up this week on Sooner Sports TV, we've got Bedlam Baseball. That's Tuesday night at 6. We've got Bedlam Softball Wednesday night at 6:30. A new episode of Sooner Sports Weekly featuring men's golf airs Tuesday night at 6:30. OU Baseball will play Friday and Saturday against Cal State Bakersfield. And OU Softball will play Friday and Saturday against Kansas. All right here on Sooner Sports TV. It's now time for this week's Sooner Sports Pad Challenge. Eric Stryker from the football team. He's been joining us all show long, and we're about to play basket toss. Hey, Lauren, how does it work?
So, as you can see, we have all these balls and all these different colored buckets in the audience. The red ones are going to be worth 3 points, the blue are going to be worth 2, and the green are 1. So we're just going to try to toss these balls and make them into the buckets. And Eric, you're going to be first.
All right.
You got to keep track of your own points, though.
Individual sport.
I'll help too.
So, all right, so you're going to stand from right here.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, get going. 3, 6.
So, wait, I think you got
Is that it?
6, 8, 10, 14. I think it's 20.
16.
Are you even keeping count? I don't think you're keeping track.
18.
Is it time to switch?
Time to switch.
Man.
Time to switch. My turn.
Switch.
Okay. All right.
All right, go.
All right, you're supposed to try to help me out.
I got you.
How many points I got?
One for the red.
I think a lot.
All right, that was a
Yeah.
you got 6, 9.
Catch it.
Oh, that one
I think I got like 20 points right now.
Eric had 19 points. All right, Kate, your turn.
Go.
Go.
All right.
Slam dunk.
All right, we'll shoot a few more.
All right, your turn again.
My turn. Hey, what?
That was a 3. That was 2 3s.